Welcome everyone here and at home. We will open our Board of Commissioner regular meeting May 21st, 2026 at 7:05 p.m. Ms. Jones, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Roberts,
Present.
Commissioner Hall,
Present.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Present.
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Present.
Mayor Anderson.
Present. Item number 3 is prayer and pledge. Lord, we want to thank you for this community and all the citizens in it. Please be with those traveling and those who are sick. Please, we thank you for this wonderful rain tonight. It's been very dry, and we needed the rain for our flowers and our trees and just to help water the ground and nourish it. I thank you for this board and our staff coming together to make decisions for our community and our citizens. Please be with us and help us to and guide us through this to make the right decisions for our community. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 4 is mayor's comments. Like I said, thank you to everyone who's here and watching at home. Just always remember that you can watch the meeting afterwards on YouTube, and you can watch it tonight on City of Fairview Facebook Live. Thank you, Officer Martin, for being here tonight to watch over us. Anyone speaking tonight, let's just be polite and courteous, and with that, we will ask if there's any citizens' comments. Item number 5.
We have one tonight, Mayor, Ms. Karen Cobb.
I wanted to thank people who reached out to me because I wasn't here the last meeting, and for their support. And I'm fine. I was just sick. So nice to see you all again. And thank you to them. So I wanted to say that was a great job in cleanup of the city. And I'm really grateful that we did do that. And I was looking even online, and Williamson County Highway Department even did 2 rounds of cleanup for their city. And so it was really nice that we were able to do that for our citizens. So I just wanted to comment on that because I was noticing how they had done that and how many citizens actually live along the highway there. So anyways, I don't know how much they paid for theirs, but kudos to everybody who did that. So thank you again for everybody that I've ever spoken with in the city. Okay, so some of the people on Horn Tavern were asking regarding the zoning. There was a zoning meeting for the housing tract on Horn Tavern several weeks ago, and they had asked for some surveyors' reports before the new housing project goes in. And so I do believe this is public record. I'm not sure if they know where to find it, if any copies are available or can be sent to somebody in regards to surveying, in regards to the traffic and all that sort of stuff. And speaking with the neighbors, with TDOT, Williamson Planning, they said that our planning development should have reports on this for the citizens to ask for. So I know some people were asking about that. Regarding homes for sale, I think I had mentioned this last time. I want to make sure that I think a lot of people aren't aware that Fannie Mae has a new program for appraisal of homes, and it's effective November 2nd. It's going to affect quite possibly the housing and the ability to buy a home as easily as it is right now. So there are currently approximately 712,000 homes in Nashville with 9,000 to 12,000 for sale, or residents, I should say, or homes. And that's 1.68%, 2,000 homes with 90,000 residents in Franklin. That's 2.22%. With 800, let's see, there was 2,000 homes for sale with 90,000 residents in Franklin. 800 in Spring Hill with 60,000 residents at 1.33% of how many homes are for sale. And we have 300 homes in Fairview with roughly 11,000 at 2.73% that are on the market. Just we need to consider as we move forward as a city with building homes, we are higher than all the rest of these cities and considerably smaller. So moving forward, we just need to be careful if we have a halt in people being able to buy homes because of this new program out there. Also, another thing.
Ms. Cobb?
Yes? Am
3
I time?
minutes is up, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Item number 6 is approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Jones?
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. Item 6 passes 5-0. Item number 7, public announcements, awards, and recognition. A is city events, and that would be Mayor Ryle.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Commission. Under city events, Mr. Ross gave me these to do tonight. He'd like to thank everyone for coming out to the movie in the park last weekend. We appreciate the community's support. Reminder that our annual youth fishing rodeo will be held on Saturday, June 6th from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Veterans Memorial Park. This is a free event for all youth, and we're proud to partner with TWRA for this event. No fishing license is required. During the fishing rodeo, TWRA will be handing out prizes to the children, and lunch will be provided as well. We would also like to remind everyone that you can stay informed and receive notifications about weather emergencies, road closures, city events, updates, and more by texting FB alerts to 888-777. Be glad to share that with the community. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Commission.
Thank you. Item number 8, staff comments and monthly reports. A, city manager report. Mayor Ryle.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Commission. Have very little report this week. You will be hearing here later in the meeting about budget, which is most of our efforts has been on that over the past week. Just from our standpoint, one, I'd like to remind everyone that Monday is Memorial Day. We need to always remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And also, we will be closed that day to warn everyone for that. Another discussion I had recently was with Michael Eubank, the owner of Eubank Paving. They're doing the TDOT work near the high school. He is feeling a little bit of level of frustration with Piedmont Gas. They seem to be the ones holding that project up. But the good news is that school, I believe, is out this week, and that'll help eliminate some traffic issues. But he promised to keep me informed after a talk with Piedmont to see where they are on that project and try to get things back to normal as soon as they can. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Okay, thank you. Item number 9, consent agenda. A, minutes from May 7th, 2026, BOC regular meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Jones?
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. 9A passes 5-0. Item number 10, old business. 10A, Resolution 62-25. A resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Fairview, Tennessee, to formally accept the subdivision improvements associated with Adams Preserve subdivision. Mr. Greer.
Good evening, Commissioners. Tonight, staff is asking for a deferral of this item until June 18th. They are still missing their pond detention pond fencing, and so we're asking for a deferral to the June 18th meeting.
I will make a motion to defer 10A, Resolution 62-25 to June 18th.
Second.
Ms. Jones?
Mayor Anderson,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Aye.
Item 10A for deferral, 5-0. Item 10B, Resolution 24-26. A resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Fairview, Tennessee, authorizing the mayor to execute contract documents and issue a notice to proceed for the Fairview Police Department Training Facility, Phase 1. Police Chief, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Mr. Zach Humphreys.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Questions from the board?
Mayor,
Mr. Buffalini?
thank you. Chief, thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I know you've been pretty busy lately, so. Quick question, how often is this facility going to be utilized?
That, as much as possible, we hope. Right now, we shoot once a month. We'll utilize that every month. We hope to increase our training ability, having a facility we can run down here to do other stuff besides shooting, whether it be defensive tactics, things like that. We don't have the space for any of that right now. So that is limited. So we're hoping that that opens, we'll say, the floodgates and allows us to enhance our training at all levels. And that would be the site that we would do it at. I know now that they can attest to this. If we're doing defensive tactics downstairs in the small little training room and we're striking the bag, it is unbelievably loud up here. It echoes through the building and is a disturbance to business during the day as it is. So we hope to move all of that to that location. So having a specific plan for that day by day, there's no way I would have that answer today. But we're going to develop a training plan based on scheduling, logistics, getting our staff to that site, and conducting as many training sessions as we can.
And what other facilities, what other municipalities are going to be utilizing this facility?
We don't know yet. We know that we offered to Hickman County to allow them to use that facility. I know that right now, us using Dixon City's facility, that is a cost of $300, and that's kind of not the norm. Most agencies, they partner and they work together because all governments are limited in the amount of assets they have and resources. So what I have that you don't have, and we swap that out, and that's commonplace in most agencies. So as far as if an agency would be there regularly, I doubt that. But if an agency just had to have a place to train, was seeking something out, I know that the State Homeland Security Training Director said, would it be available occasionally if we needed it? And absolutely, because I believe building that relationship, there likely would be something we would need from Homeland Security in the future that would create a relationship where they would reciprocate that.
Okay, thank you.
Chief Humphreys, I appreciate you going through the process of value engineering this project so that the cost would be as low as it can be. As we all know, we had a property that was owned by the city of Fairview that was the property that this training facility was supposed to be on. The property didn't cost us any money. We already had the engineering paid for, and some citizens from the county came forward in opposition to that. Several of the board members decided that it would be a good idea to listen to them and move it out to Hickman County, which cost us additional engineering. It cost us utilities. It cost us property that we had to purchase. So with all of that in place and the extra money that we had to spend to move this to appease county residents that are our neighbors, I just appreciate that you kept it as low as you could keep it by value engineering this project.
I think it'd be beneficial, probably to the board and to the citizens, if I could give a little bit of what took place from the time we decided to move. I know nothing about commercial construction, and so I leaned on our engineers and architects and literally just started a needs list and a wish list and threw everything in that we possibly could do to get this facility up and running. Along the way, not knowing anything about commercial construction, I asked several times from those people in the business, is there anybody that could give me at least an assessment if I'm close to my money, if I'm over the money that's allotted? And the answer I got most of the time was, I think so. I think it'll be close, maybe. We were nowhere close in that. The price was almost double. So then I needed to go back to the drawing board, and when I say value engineer, what I learned was there were things engineered into this that was top tier, as if you were building a prison, a hospital, a hotel. It was the absolute best engineering. It had copper plumbing from the road all the way through instead of PEX. Well, when we took that out, went to PEX, that was a $45,000 savings. It had the highest grade metal roofing on it. We literally could engineer that down to something more costly. I had, on my wish list was some retainer walls so that we would not have to deal with erosion control. Those retainer walls come in at $280,000. Well, I can deal with erosion control. I mean, we'll get a backhoe from LISO and go out there and straighten it up ourselves if need be. So we removed those things out of that. So we started removing things out that we knew. And then I reached out to a friend in commercial construction, not in building, but in utilities, and said, how do I go about this? And he said, well, the best thing to do is to rebid this as a civil project that gets your site done so you actually have a range. And then put amendments to each one of these items, the tower, the building, all this stuff. And then you can kind of a la carte. You can see what you can afford and see if you can piece together a training facility that would suit you. So we did that. We pieced that back together, and the base bid on the civil package allowed us to put the building utilities in, which is the most important thing, is we have a training building, have the classroom, what we commonly call the marshalling area, the covered area out beside that where we do defensive tactics, things like that, and then of course the range area, which not only will be shooting, we do mock traffic stops out there with cars. So there's a lot of things. Those three things were the most important. What we found was that a lot of the things that was engineered, there was a storage building. Now, a simple storage building, I didn't need anything elaborate, but those bids would come in. Most contractors bid that at around $130,000. I can literally go with a pole barn, a Versatube or a red steel with a concrete pad and do that for about $40,000. So those are things that we just removed off the list that just didn't seem, they weren't as important to the whole project. We do need storage at some point. We'll manage that through that and figure that out. But the key to it was getting a facility where we could put bodies on it and train. And what you have before you is removing things that were not as necessary. You have a quality building, the civil engineering completely done, and the utilities to the building. That's the project, and would get us into a training facility, which solves a problem for us for 30, 40, 50 years. I mean, Dixon's Range now is 31 years into it, and it's still a very usable range. So it solves a long-term problem, and so that's what you have before you. So that's kind of how we got there. If any questions you have on that, but that's sort of how we got down to what we call value engineering and removal of some things that were less important.
Thank you for explaining that. Other questions from the board?
Yes. Mayor.
Yes, Commissioner Roberts?
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Chief. I appreciate it. I know we pushed this back from the last meeting so that we could ask you questions, and I do appreciate your being here tonight. My first question, I suppose, is, Mr. Greer, maybe you can help me with this real quick. Just about the out parcel, because that was raised, and I appreciate the forensics on that, but are there utilities on the out parcel right now, which was the property that was currently supposed to be used?
There are currently utilities that run along Dice Lampley Road.
But there aren't utilities on the out parcel?
Correct. There are
Right,
not
so-
utilities on the out parcel.
No. And was there an environmental study done of the land over there? Would it have had to be prepared to build a police training facility on it?
But don't understand your question.
The land, the out parcel, were there soil tests done on it? Was it environmentally tested? Was it ready to
Yes.
go to build everything on it?
Yes,
Would anything have had to be cleared for it?
not to my knowledge.
Okay, thank you. And now we have an out parcel that's still a continuation of our beautiful park that we have been sitting up here talking about how much we value and prize it. So So I'm going to be consistent in that message and say I continue to value and prize our park, and I'm glad that we've saved the out parcel for future generations. And I know the $200,000 spent on the property in Hickman County is not inconsequential, but I do appreciate that we were able to come to an agreement as a board on the cost for that. That is really great, and I do appreciate that the police have managed to forbear on the time that took. My next question, though, would the cost of this phase one be, what would the cost be if we had done it at the out parcel? Right now, we're looking at $1.165 million on phase one, and this isn't everything. I mean, was there anything that we wouldn't have had to do?
You talking about the 1.7, that would be the complete project?
No, I'm talking about the 1.1, that's the phase one project.
I have no clue. That building and site work was bid for that site in Hickman County. So I have no clue what the site work, the building would have been the same.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to, the building is the building, but the site work and amount of volume of dirt, I have no clue what that would be. Again, I would have to concede that
Sure.
question to a civil engineer that could do,
Yeah,
do the math
but
on
that was never estimated at all.
No, we never got to that point where we went to bid on that.
Sure. So we just don't have a number. There's no
We
way of
have no-
knowing if it's
no, I have
more
no way of knowing
or
what that would
less. Okay, thank you. I do appreciate that a lot. And then just another question about this too. So for phase one, we're looking at 1.165, and you said the total cost if we went on with phase two?
Initially, the first bid package that we got was double. It was 2.4 million. And then we started removing things. Then we rebid it as a civil package with these amendments. Within a complete range with everything we wanted would then be 1.7. Well, then again, I knew I didn't have that money, so then I had to start kind of picking and choosing the things that were most important to get a functioning range. Well, the storage building, the tower would be nice to have, and they have an absolute importance, but they're low on the scale of importance. The building and the site prep with the berms and stuff was the most important. So that wound up, got us in our money where we could have a functioning range for the dollars that we have.
That's great. And I remember our conversation a long time ago, and I said, I'd like to be on the board that makes sure that you get your facility that is available to you when you need it. So, so I'm glad to be having this conversation and talking about this with you. And also, anything worth doing is worth doing right, and taking our time and making sure that we can afford it, and that it is in the right location, and that it serves the needs of the facility, of the police department. How big is that parcel of land again out there in Hickman County?
14 acres.
14 acres. That's a pretty good size of land.
is,
Is it all usable for the training facility?
Most of it's usable, yes, most of it's usable.
So we
have
could
some-
expand
some
out.
area in the back that we have some future plans for, but would be at no cost to the city. It's just, training we would do on the property back there. And two, I just thought it was important to kind of give the backstory of where we got here, because I don't want the citizens of Fairview to think, well, we've just necked everything down and we're just going to spend this money to not have a functioning range. We are going to have a very good functioning range. We're not going to have the extras. The bells and whistles won't be there. And if we could have got all that for the money, would have been great. It's just, the funds just don't match.
But we own 14 acres in Hickman County that we can build over time.
Right, yes.
So as
Right.
needed, bells and whistles and all
Right.
sorts of things could come, and I think that's
Yeah,
lovely. And
the core project is of value. It is a good project. I sent the contract to Patrick. He looked over, said, the contract's valid, it's a good contract. And we believe we're getting the product. Jamie with Fellowship, we had a meeting. I think they're going to do a good job for us. I think they're going to give us a product that we then can really enhance the training value, and it will be sustainable for a long time.
And just my last question, what will you be able to do insofar as training goes in this property if we approve phase one?
Oh, it'd be limitless for us. I mean, that's the thing about police trainers, is very rarely do they have all the facilities they need. So they're very creative in that. So my training staff has already started developing tons of things for the site, are excited about trying to do that. So it'd actually be limitless for that.
Oh, that's great. I love to hear they're excited.
Right.
Appreciate what you and your department do.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much.
Hey,
Commissioner Hall?
Thank you. Chief, I just want to, Commissioner Buffalini made some statements that I've had on my mind. But with other agencies getting the chance to use this facility, I know when I was city manager, we had a lot of good cooperation from other agencies within our surrounding area. Do you think this will help in case of a big time emergency that they would help us?
I think that is the core of public safety. 9/11 ushered in a new era of agencies, and the fire chief can attest to this, of agencies working together in ways that they never did before. It's kind of become the commonplace, is that, again, I stated, I'm not going to have all the resources that I need, nor is the next agency, but I might have something they don't need, and we're going to partner and share in that. And I've been an advocate of that for a long time. I allowed Federal Homeland Security have an office downstairs, a satellite office for one officer for several years. And every time we needed something back from Homeland Security, they absolutely, took care of everything we needed. So I think those relationships are important because we don't have unlimited funds. We don't have unlimited resources. So we're going to need things from other agencies at times. We're going to need their help, assistance, their assets. And if we provide our assets, they in turn will do the same. And I think the fire chief could echo that same thing in public safety all across the board.
Thank you. That's basically what I wanted to get that point across for everybody. Thank you, sir.
Anyone
Mayor?
else?
Yeah, quick question. Are we going to charge other municipalities to utilize that facility?
I'm not going to charge the municipalities. Dixon City is the exception, not the rule. They are charging us. They do not charge anyone inside of their county. Now, they only charge us. I don't know where that come from, but I think that they, some range budgetary issues, they tried to generate themselves some funds and resources to do some things on the range that they need to do. So they tapped into charging us for that usage. So again, that's not the norm. That is kind of the exception. And I wouldn't do that to another agency because funds are tight across the board. And for us, I mean, just drumming up $300 a day for training there, that's great if I've got 16 people out there that day training. That's a very economical training day, and it's worth it. But if I have a brand new hire and I have to take him to the range just to qualify, and I've got one officer there just to qualify the weapon, I spent $300, that's not very economical. That's not a wise use of money. So other agencies are the same way. They're at the mercy of their budgets. And I wouldn't ask another agency to dig off in their pocket for a $300 range day when I'm likely going to need something from that agency down the road that they're going to reciprocate with.
Do you think they'll contribute to any of the maintenance?
I think that I know for years that several federal agencies utilized the Dixon range when myself and Assistant Chief Odom were running the range down there, and they provided things we needed. If we needed a target system, a steel plate rack, they just buy it and then pretty much just donate it to us. So there's ways that they will pay that back, and that's just one example. I don't expect everybody to provide stuff like that, but they will do things like that and go out of their way to try to help in any way they can. Knowing Hickman County and the sheriff down there and the chief deputy, I don't think it would be too far-fetched if I asked if the road crew came out and did a maintenance day. I think they would, if that's within their policy and their insurance that allowed that, I think they would offer that up also. So that those relationships as they start to happen at range, I do think that those agencies will be very willing to come forth with anything they could.
All right, thank you.
Mayor,
Commissioner Roberts?
thank you. I've thought of two more questions,
Sure.
one for you and one for Mayor Ryle. For you, Chief, do you have or would you consider in the future having an MOU with other agencies, thinking about the usage of the property or perhaps future improvements, and this is down the road?
I will absolutely have an MOU for usage because it is our range, and they will have to adhere to our range rules. They are more than welcome to use it, but they have to do so within our guidelines. Yes, we will have MOUs for those usages.
Great, thank you. And Mayor Ryle, just for the record, Where is the funding for this facility budgeted from in our budget?
We have that, it is budgeted through a bond. It's in a 300,
The microphone.
Yeah, 115 is the code, but it is from the bond. Yeah.
It's from the bond. Okay. Thank you so much.
Anyone else? Ms. Jones?
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. Thank you, Chief.
On behalf of my officers, thank you. They have wanted this for a long time, and it's been, as far as Captain Mark Sutton, it's been 20 years in the making for him. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
10A passes 5-0. I'm sorry, 10B. 10B passes 5-0. Item 10C, ordinance 2026-08, second and final reading. An ordinance for an amendment to the City of Fairview, Tennessee budget for fiscal year 2025-2026 budget. Finance Director, Mr. Knox.
Good evening, guys. I think the only thing that we cleaned up was, find the page real quick. The mistake that I made last time. Other than that, we had no changes. If y'all have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
I'll need a motion before we begin.
Oh, sorry.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Questions from the board for Mr. Knox?
Mayor,
Commissioner Buffalini?
is this, the numbers that you gave us, does this include the tree cleanup? Have we gotten final bills from them yet?
We have not, no.
Okay. Do you know how much we utilize of the tree fund?
What I put in there was the full amount. What Mr. Werner has put together also is for the full amount because that's timing wise, we had to just put that for it. But whatever we don't use up to that 2.75, then we'll just immediately pay back and then only pay on that,
Okay.
the portion that we did use.
Okay, thank you.
But the only way to get it in there was to put it at the full amount because we still don't have the invoices from the companies.
Right, do we know when they're expected in?
I think that
Weeks ago.
unless Rachel has talked to him this
Yeah.
week, I'm not.
Okay.
Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. Item 10C passes 5-0. Item 11, new business. 11A, Resolution 28-26, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Fairview, Tennessee, authorizing the mayor to execute a right-of-way easement in favor of Middle Tennessee Electric Membership Corporation. Mr. Greer.
Included in your packet tonight is the right-of-way easement and a proposed exhibit. This is for along Northwest Highway. The easement that we have worked through with myself, Chief Hughes, Middle Tennessee Electric, our engineering group with Pape Dawson, who's designing the Northwest Highway roadway, and the group that is designing the Station 32 firehouse. Finally all got together and got the easement that's before you tonight. This is for Middle Tennessee Electric to serve three-phase power down Northwest Highway and loop it to where they've currently ran from the other side of Northwest Highway. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions from the board? Ms. Jones?
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. 11A passes 5-0. 11B, Resolution 29-26, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Fairview, Tennessee, authorizing the mayor to execute the site development agreement contract for Casey's General Store. Mr. Greer.
The site development agreement is for the Casey's General Store. It is located on Highway 100 at the intersection of Cox Pike and Highway 100. The reclamation amount, bond amount for this project is $373,311. And they are in agreement with that amount. Our staff recommends approval of this item.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Questions from the board for Mr. Greer? Ms. Jones?
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Aye.
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. 11B passes 5-0. 11C, Resolution 30-26, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Fairview, Tennessee, authorizing the mayor to execute the subdivision development agreement contract for the Enclave subdivision. Mr. Greer.
For the record, the Enclave subdivision is now the third name that it has had. It has also been known as Fairview 45, and when it went through approval, it was Fairview 17. This project is accessed out of the Cedar Crest subdivision. It is a single-family subdivision with 45 units. At one point, it was called the Boone Street property. It does reach down and touch Boone Street on the farthest southern side of the property. The Enclave subdivision has a reclamation site amount for $514,483 and a performance bond amount in the amount of $2,276,113. Our staff recommends approval of their subdivision development agreement.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Questions from the board? Ms. Jones?
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. 11C passes 5-0. 11D, Resolution 31-26, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Fairview, Tennessee, authorizing the mayor to execute the subdivision development agreement contract for Clearcrest subdivision. Mr. Greer.
Thank you, Mayor. Clearcrest subdivision is a 10 residential lot subdivision. It is accessed off of Clearcrest Road, which is in Clearview Meadows. The reclamation bond amount is $278,061, and the performance bond amount is $696,143. Our staff recommends approval of the subdivision development agreement.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions from the board? Ms. Jones?
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. 11D passes 5-0. 11E, Ordinance 2026-09, an ordinance of the City of Fairview, Tennessee, adopting the annual budget and tax rate for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026, and ending June 30, 2027. Finance Director, Mr. Knox.
Good evening, guys. I'm happy to start wherever y'all want to. Do you want to say your piece first?
Mayor, if it's okay, before we get started, we did send this budget out, I believe on Tuesday for y'all's review to take a look at it. It's a challenging budget. We have given us a starting place. We need y'all's guidance on this. The revenues that were projected for this year are not coming in as expected. So we're in a position where some tough decisions have to be made. The budget about to be presented to you has a minimal tax increase in it, but there's not a lot of frills or things added to that. So Mr. Knox has worked very hard on that. I've assisted him. Our department heads have been very reasonable in their ask on this, but it's more of a revenue issue at this point. But we're in a position to carry this any direction that y'all see fit. But I think at this point it'd be good, Mr. Knox, to go over what we're proposing, and that way we can at least get the clock started tonight, because we need to have this started regardless on a first reading to make sure we can have it done by our June 18th meeting. If you have any questions or further concerns on this, either a work session or putting this on some type of other business on the June 4th meeting, I would highly recommend we do that, so we can have plenty of time to consider what's been brought forward to you. At this point in time, I'll give it back to Mr. Knox.
If y'all want, guys, I think
Not yet, but,
oh, my
okay.
bad.
Yeah,
gotta
before we
vote on
get
it
into
first.
all of this, let's entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Knox?
For ease of understanding, I think it is much easier to go to page, it looks like page 6 of 22 for the line by line. That just breaks everything down, and it gives us a good idea of what we had. Got the final from fiscal year 25, what we proposed for 26, and then the 27 budget. The 27 budget is what we use what we figured that we would end the fiscal year 26 budget on, is what we used to budget for 26, 27, so it was not overestimated. At the top here, this, on the revenue page, are we all there? On page 6 of 22. We got a 19-cent increase. We estimated that at 95% collection rate would bring us to 7804. We're currently at 5904. That number is not a round number. It was picked because after we got everyone's requests, took a look at each department, and that's what we were down. So we didn't ask. It's not anything absorbent, nothing over what we needed. That is exactly what we need to balance that number. The only additional personnel that is included in this is a person and a half for Public Works. We did that because timing-wise, essentially adding 2 people, but adding one right at the beginning of the year and then one at Christmas, just give time for training for their jobs. If y'all have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer it however y'all want to. At the end of each fund on the revenue, it does show revenue and expenses. So it shows you what we're bringing in and what we're spending out of each account, so that you get a good idea of, are we ahead or behind in each account. Each fund, excuse me.
Mayor?
Vice Mayor McDonald?
Thank you. I think the work session is a fantastic idea. For the sake of time in the meeting, I think there's going to be a lot of discussion that we're all going to want to have on that. To have a work session prior to would be fantastic. And I appreciate Mr. Knox and Mayor Ryle for meeting with me earlier today for an hour or two to go through this and talk through some things. And something I had asked in that meeting is something that I'm going to just ask here publicly as well, that when we have that workshop, that we just have a proposed budget with the, I guess, cuts, for lack of a better word, to get to a balanced budget, just so we can see, for everyone's sake, community as well, what would have to be taken off in order for us to make the two meet. I think that would just be good information to have, and then we can treat it as like a la carte in a way. If there's cuts that need to be made, we can see how those will impact the city on a larger scale and go from there.
Mayor,
Commissioner Roberts?
thank you. I think that's an excellent recommendation, Vice Mayor McDonald. That would be good to see, and kind of on the flip side of that, so that we can look at an array of options. We also met, and thank you for your time talking through this with me. I think it would be helpful for everyone to understand a little bit more of what we're talking about, though, in practical numbers, because it's hard when we're listening to 19 cents, 0.78%. Like, what are we really talking about? So if we think about how this would impact families here in Fairview, can you give me an estimate, Mr. Knox, about what we're talking about? Like, what would the tax, if we went with the tax increase, what would that look like?
I did just have a round number. I did at 25 cents, 25-cent increase. That's more than what this was asking, but at 25 cents, a $250,000 property value would be make sure mine weren't crazy wrong. At $250,000 property value, the additional 25 cents would add $156.25
Dollars.
Yes,
Okay, per year.
per year.
Okay.
At $500,000 property would add 25 cents would add $312.50 per year. A $750,000 property, that 25 cents increase would add $468.75, and then $1 million property would add $625 per year.
Thank you. I really appreciate you having those numbers for us. For me, the way that I think it's easier for me to think about how that would actually hit my wallet. So thinking about $156 over a year, $312, and that is in addition to the taxes that
That
we
are
owe for the
current, yeah,
county.
that
So
would- just the increase is that, yes, ma'am.
yeah. So so it's not nothing, but it gives you an idea of what that would look like for you. And then Vice Mayor McDonald said we could look at what it would look like to cut and what kind of services or personnel we would have to lose if we were not to go with any kind of an increase. And then just one last thing, when we spoke, Mayor Ryle, the 19 cents would get us to cut even this year. But what did you say about next year?
19 cents would, in my best estimation, would cover this year's issue, but we would be right back here next year having the very same conversation.
Yes, sir. And the issue of raises. In this budget, we do have raises for the city staff. And is there any option not to do raises?
That is true. There's an ordinance that was passed in 2017 that requires raises, and we ran by the county attorney, the city attorney. He's in agreement that that is what that ordinance says. So it leaves no option from a budgetary standpoint at this point in time.
So the options of cutting would be services and personnel.
It would require services and personnel. It could not be done by no pay raise.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor?
Vice Mayor McDonald?
Thank you. Just in addition to that, just getting the budget to balance at this point in time with a 19 cents increase. I just want to add a little context to why we would be back here again next year. There are things that, in a perfect world, we would like to have in this budget, not for luxury items, but for just keeping up pace with fleet management for the police force, fire department, apparatus needs, those such things. We are off pace with our fleet management currently, and we've been off pace. I think this is year 2. As the longer we push that or kick that can down the road, it becomes a larger and larger problem. So that would allow for us to get it back on pace. Or I guess an increase above 19 cents would allow us to get back on pace with that. If we don't, then it just kicks the can down the road another year. Is that correct?
Yes, back to the point where the budget requests were very reasonable. That does not take care of fleet issues. And as we obviously know, police cars are out on the road every day running up miles. So moving it down only makes the problem worse the following year. It's something and my recommendation would be going forward that we make that, after this budget, make that a very consistent deal that you can't, it's like not paying your electric bill that's still due next month, that you can't just kick the can down the road. So that's a concern. And another concern that I want to dive deeper into is the fact our fund balance is relatively low. And I think to have a healthy city, to a healthy city budget, that we need to put together a long-term plan to start raising that percentage up when that rainy day arrives, that we actually have funds to go to and keep us away from borrowing and things of that type.
I appreciate you mentioning that. That's a great point as well. As we just experienced with the recent ice storm, in order to get out of that jam, we had to go and borrow money. And I think a responsible thing to do would be build up enough savings to where we could manage, maybe not something quite that large. That was a pretty sizable storm, but any event that would require an unexpected cost to the city, we want to be prepared to be able to handle that on our own and not have to borrow to get through it.
Commissioner Hall?
Mayor Ryle, have you been here enough to look at the future employees? Are we pretty well staffed as far as you can tell? I know Public Works and possibly another maintenance worker in the park is possibly the need of the future. Are we pretty good staffed the rest of the area of the city?
Historically, and I mean with all due respect, every department wants more people, but the unlimited wants with limited finances to back it up. The one that we did add, that as Mr. Knox pointed out, was a person and a half for Public Works. Not just because of the storm issue, but just I have had time to measure their workflow, and I really feel the need to add, eventually it'll be 2 people, but bring one on in this department this year, in the beginning of the fiscal year, and then an opportunity to hire another one at Christmas. But after that, I really need to dive down into each department and give you a better answer. But from a day-to-day standpoint, I think we're in good shape. Again, and I've said it before in my job, you can always use more help, but within reason, I think we're in good shape at this point.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Just letting everybody know, this is a first read on this. So for a work session, should we try to determine a date for that?
Yeah, I think so. Mayor, I would suggest, personally, I would like to have that work session not on the same day as the next BOC meeting, so we can have a discussion, digest it, and if there's additional questions or discussion needed to have with Mayor Ryle directly, it gives us time to do that and prepare for the meeting as best we can.
Anybody have a suggestion?
That Tuesday, the 2nd, I don't think we have any other meetings on the calendar. It's not a holiday. Are you available? Yes. Okay.
Mayor, the public hearing and second reading will not be until June the 18th. So if you wanted to have before the June 4th, you'd still have additional 2 weeks to speak with them.
So I guess, can we look at like that next week to just give us enough time to make sure we digest all of it before the meeting?
Sorry, Mayor.
Commissioner Buffalini?
I think the second would be a good opportunity, only because it'll also give the city enough time to make changes after our discussions. That'll give them 2 weeks, and it's 2 weeks from this week, just about. And then that'll give them almost a full 2 weeks to make their changes. And if we needed to have a second meeting, if we needed to, we'd have time to do that.
It would also allow for us to go as long as we need. We would have a hard stop at 7 if we did it on the Thursday of the meeting.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't suggesting Thursday. I was just thinking the week of the 7th, but if we want to give them after
I'm good with that, too.
our work session.
Either one works for me.
Is there anything that, do you have preference, Mr. Knox or Mayor Ryle, on timing? So you like the second? Yeah,
Also worked very well for me.
okay. Okay, yeah.
So, June 2nd at 6? Does that work for everyone? Okay. June 2nd, the work session will be June 2nd at 6 PM. And are we looking at I guess we can just go until we're done.
I'll make pizza.
What'd you say?
I said I'll make pizza.
Motion to approve.
Wasn't seconded.
All right, so with this being the first read, any other discussion? Ms. Jones?
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Buffalini,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McDonald,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. Item 11E passes 5-0. Item 12, roundtable mayor and commissioners. Commissioner Hall.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. Just the usual, thank all the employees, and again, thank Mayor Ryle for stepping up and helping us through these tough times. And but that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Roberts.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Board. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Mr. Greer, thank you so much for your service to the city. We'll miss you very much. And I've really appreciated working with you and everything you've done. Thank you for your leadership. Mayor Ryle, thank you for your leadership also. I know that this is challenging. Mr. Knox, thank you for everything that you've done recently. Really appreciate it. And to all the kids in Williamson County Schools, happy summer.
Commissioner Buffalini.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Board. Ethan, I want to say I'm going to miss you, but I'm not, because you live down the block from me. So, but we will miss your services and your knowledge about our city and everything that you've been doing for us, and we do appreciate that. So thank you very much, and good luck to you and with the state of Tennessee, and Godspeed with everything you're going to bear with in the near future. I also want to say thank you, Mayor Ryle, for the meetings that we've had. We've had some very good meetings, and I appreciate you. That's all I have to say, honestly. School's out, so hopefully that'll kill the traffic a little bit, just a little bit. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you to the city.
Vice Mayor McDonald.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Commissioners. Mayor Ryle, I want to just commend you on jumping in. I know right off the bat, coming in and having to figure out a budget is quite the challenge. I appreciate the time you gave me earlier today and your insight. It seems like you have really wrapped your head around it, so I do appreciate that. Same with Mr. Knox. Ethan, best of luck with everything in the future. I appreciate everything you've done for the city. It's been great getting to know you, building a friendship, and hopefully you're sticking around and we'll see your face a little bit more. Congratulations to the graduates at all ages. My oldest officially is no longer in elementary, so it was a rather emotional morning and all that. So it's just an exciting time as kids finish up and move on to the next chapter in life. Best of luck to the high school graduates as they enter into adulthood and find out how the rest of their lives are going to look. So best of luck to them. I think that is everything I had. Yeah, just appreciate it. Looking forward to the workshop and the conversations that we'll have with that.
Ethan, thank you for everything you've done over the past few years, and I just pray that you have a great success with your next chapter. And I know that you're still going to be around, so, you know, we'll enjoy that.
Mayor, if I could have just one moment to
Sure.
say a couple things. Just wanted to say thank you for my time here. Mr. Carter, thanks for working with me all the time. Mayor Ryle, thanks for my brief stint with you. Ms. Jones, thank you for everything that you do for the city. Mr. Knox, thank you so much. Commissioner Hall, thank you for always caring for the city of Fairview, for loving our city with so much passion. You've always been an excellent resource to help me gain understanding on the history of the city and to help me know where we went wrong in the past and try to correct those mistakes for in the future. Vice Mayor McDonald, thank you for your time serving on the Planning Commission, getting to know you, and serving as our vice mayor. You've been very pivotal in the progression of the city of Fairview. I appreciate your thoughtfulness to understand information and to make a vote that is best for the city to move forward. Mayor,
Oh, no, that didn't sound right.
thank you for always supporting our department, for supporting our staff and being encouraging. You've always helped and been there to provide an opinion or lend a helping hand, and I always appreciate how much you do as our mayor. You go above and beyond the call of your duty with attending many meetings, helping Fairview become relevant again within the greater Nashville regional area, and you're a great representative of our city, and I've appreciated working with you hand in hand.
Thank you.
Commissioner Roberts, thank you for always being so thoughtful and understanding the needs of our community. You reach out, you listen to the community, you always ask questions that the community wants to hear. Thank you for your time on the board and your thoughtfulness and how much you've supported our planning and codes department and how you've given great input along the way to help us succeed. And Commissioner Buffalini, I hope that you see my departure from the city as a time of reflection for how you conduct yourself as a sitting commissioner. You've made staff look incompetent by overcommitting the city to citizens without seeking correct information first. You've asked employees to go against direct orders of their supervisors, and time again, you refuse to listen to city staff about disseminating public information. The lack of care that you have for my city is who you are, it's not who we are.
Mr. Greer, thank you for your service, and I would like to give you a round of applause for everything that you've done for our city. I wish everyone a happy Memorial Day weekend, and just remember what Memorial Day is about and those who have served and given their all to our freedom. Congratulations to all the graduates. I will be at commencement tomorrow night. That's one of my favorite days of the year. Just listening to these young people who speak, the valedictorian, salutatorian, all of the young people who are our future, and the excitement they have to move forward with their plans. I pray for each one of them success in building their goals and dreams and being the next leaders of our country. So we have a lot of very special young men and women at Fairview High School, and I just wish them all well. I look forward to being at commencement tomorrow night. That, like I said, that is one of my favorite days of the year, to be able to spend that time with them and see their excitement for their future. Mayor Ryle, coming into a situation where we've just had to deal with a storm of this magnitude and the economic situation that it's put us in, and wrapping your head around this budget and working with this board and the staff to help us to move forward and be the best community we can be, physically and otherwise. I just appreciate your leadership. You've worked really well with the board and the staff, and you've really come aboard and just full steam ahead, and I appreciate that. I appreciate all of our staff, everything you do every day. I think we have a great staff, and we work really hard together, and you're always willing to answer the phone and answer my questions and just be here for our community. So thank you for everything you do. With that, just remember, as I always say, let's, please pick up trash and not throw out, and keep our community beautiful. I entertain a motion to adjourn.